It is 4:45 p.m. A message pops up asking for a quick favor to save the project. You type, "No problem," within 30 seconds, convinced you are building social currency. You are not. You are destroying your own leverage. By being infinitely accessible, you signal that the baseline value of your time is zero. They do not look at you and see a future leader. They see a utility, a highly convenient servant. Let us examine your most dangerous blind spot, the illusion of the martyr. Picture the scene. It is mid-morning, and a colleague is once again fumbling through a basic spreadsheet or failing to format a routine report. You watch them struggle. The frustration builds. Finally, you snap. You sigh, reach out, and type the fatal words. "Just send it to me. It is faster if I do it myself." You think this makes you indispensable. You believe that your superior competence and willingness to shoulder the burden is generating massive social currency. You are dead wrong. Welcome to the brutal reality of operant conditioning. You do not get what you deserve in this life, you get what you tolerate. You train people how to treat you based entirely on the behaviors you reward. Every single time you absorb someone else's workload to save the team a few minutes, you are actively rewarding their incompetence. You become the unpaid, unrespected safety net for their calculated laziness. Do not kid yourself. They are not deeply grateful for your noble sacrifice. In the silent subtext of the office dynamic, they are mocking your complete lack of boundaries. What you are falling for is a textbook deployment of weaponized incompetence. It is a brilliant, subtle power play where a peer performs so poorly at a tedious task that you simply take it away from them out of sheer annoyance. They win, you lose. They get to coast, and you have just traded your finite, precious energy to subsidize their comfort. They have successfully outsourced their stress onto your shoulders. You operate under the desperate delusion that upper management sees this sacrifice. You think they are silently calculating your promotion based on how much extra weight you carry. But let us look at the optics. When leadership looks at a subordinate who constantly overworks to compensate for a weak team, they do not see an elite strategist or a future executive. They see a pack mule, a highly efficient beast of burden. Why would they ever promote you out of that role? If you are promoted, who will do the grunt work? By fixing everyone else's problems, you have made yourself far too useful at the bottom of the pyramid to ever be allowed at the top. In the corporate hierarchy, your blind goodness is completely indistinguishable from fundamental weakness. Look across the office. Look closely at the coworker who never stays late, the one who shuts their laptop precisely at 5 p.m. They never volunteer to clean up the Friday afternoon crisis. They never raise their hand for the weekend shift. Yet, when promotion season arrives, their name is called. Yours is not. You stay until 7 p.m., grinding your teeth, wondering why your relentless hard work remains entirely invisible. It is not invisible. It is just fatally misinterpreted. You are a victim of the halo effect and a complete failure in power projection. In the brutal mathematics of corporate optics, executive leadership does not promote the person who bleeds the most for the team. They promote the person who looks, acts, and breathes like a leader. The untouchable coworker understands a fundamental, unshakable law of human psychology. Value is exclusively perceived through boundaries, never through infinite access. By fiercely protecting their time, they project immense social currency. They signal to the subconscious mind of every manager that their energy is highly valuable and strictly rationed. They do not beg for respect. They command it through calculated scarcity. Meanwhile, your endless, grinding sacrifice projects the exact opposite. It broadcasts pure, undeniable desperation. It tells the entire floor that you have no boundaries to defend and zero inherent leverage to wield. You think your late hours prove your absolute loyalty. The hierarchy merely sees someone who is too fundamentally weak to say no. When the untouchable speaks in a meeting, people listen. Why? Because they speak rarely, and they never speak from a place of exhaustion. You speak from a place of chronic fatigue, and your voice carries the silent, heavy weight of a victim. You have stripped yourself of the very aura required for upward mobility. Understand the boardroom psychology. Leadership inherently respects power. They promote individuals who demonstrate the ruthless ability to manage their own resources. Subtext is everything. The unspoken question in the mind of your director is always this: if you cannot even defend your own schedule against the trivial demands of a disorganized peer, how can they possibly trust you to defend a massive departmental budget? The untouchable coworker is viewed as premium executive material, exactly because they refuse to act like a servant. They let the fires burn if it is not their job to put them out. You are permanently trapped at the bottom of the pyramid because you constantly volunteer to wear the chains. It is time to stop bleeding for a system designed to drain you. You must learn to wear the mask of virtue. You cannot simply start refusing every request. A blunt, aggressive rejection creates immediate friction. It damages your optics and gets you permanently labeled as difficult. The elite player takes a different path. They utilize strategic ambiguity and the illusion of compliance. When the 4:45 p.m. ambush arrives, or the incompetent peer asks you to carry their weight, you do not show annoyance. You smile. You agree. But you make your yes mathematically impossible for them to afford. You look them in the eye and say, "I would love to help you knock this out. However, my bandwidth is currently locked on the director's priority initiative. Should I email them right now and ask to deprioritize their project so I can handle yours?" Watch the panic flash across their face. Watch them immediately backpedal. This is the dark beauty of weaponizing the corporate chain of command. You never actually said no. You appeared completely cooperative, a flawless team player eager to assist. Yet you masterfully built an impenetrable wall around your time and energy. You shifted the entire burden of the risk back onto their shoulders. They wanted a quick favor. They wanted to use you as a free utility. By introducing the executive's authority into the equation, you instantly raised the price of your labor. They do not want to be responsible for delaying a superior's project just to cover their own laziness. They will retreat. They will inevitably walk away and search the floor for a softer target. They will go find a new martyr. The martyr's ultimate blind spot is believing that hard work speaks for itself. It never does. Perception is reality. By forcing the exploiter to weigh your time against executive priorities, you inherently elevate your own status. You are subtly reminding them that your baseline value is tied to leadership, not to their trivial emergencies. This is how you protect your leverage. You stop trading your self-respect for temporary, hollow applause. You preserve your cognitive resources for the high-visibility tasks that actually generate real social currency. The mask of virtue allows you to navigate the everyday battlefield completely undetected. You project the warm, agreeable illusion of compliance while ruthlessly defending your boundaries in the shadows. The game is being played every single day. Stop serving. Start strategizing.